Oh, what's up, everybody? So I'm doing a random live stream. Just wanted to drive and talk at the same time because I am practicing my multitasking skills. So if anybody wants to come join me in my live stream, I'm just wanting to say hello and give you guys an update on what I have going on. Maybe just rant a little bit about this place we call reality. I appreciate anybody that's willing to hear my rants because, and by the way, I'm just gonna buy a little time, maybe give you just a little bit of a, I don't know, a brain dump. I see a couple people here showing up, and this is not going to be a very long stream, but I just wanted to check in for about a half hour-ish, and I'm heading to work. And I've come to find that I like actually checking in with you guys while I'm driving. It's nice to be able to talk to you guys. And anyways, if I can give you any kind of information that you may find useful, that's my hope. And again, I'm multitasking. I'm driving and talking and thinking at the same time. See how many activities I can do in one shot here. Anyways, if anybody has popped in and wants to say hi in the Ooh, I see Voynich. You're always the first one to therapy screaming or streaming. Yeah, that's right. Well, you can therapy scream too, in hopes that could help. We don't know if there's enough screaming that we can do to fix what's happening in the world. But hey, Voynich, if you have a minute, I'm going to give you an opportunity to come into the live stream, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So I'm just I'm going to post this in the chat here, and again, if you're up for it, go for it. If you're not, that's fine too. This is like one of those things where if we can have somebody pop in, it's almost better to have your input, and maybe just talk, man. See how things are going over where you're at in your neck of the woods. Yeah, so if you're up for it, man, freaking jump on. It's been a little bit since I talked to you, so. All right, but I am having a live stream tomorrow night. Well, Mountain Time. It's actually we're going to be talking to somebody that is out of Texas. Oh, here he is. What's up, man? I didn't expect you to jump on so fast.
Yeah, well, we haven't talked for a while, so I thought I'd just jump in, right?
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to multitask and drive and live stream, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, people can do it. Mac does it all the time.
Yeah, I'm trying to prove that people can do more than one thing at a time, like speak and think at the same time.
Well, you are even wearing a seatbelt, so.
That's right. Apparently, it's a law around here, so I try to adhere to most laws. But oh man, as far as the face, hey, by the way, I'm getting to the point where I don't want to freaking self censor anymore.
Yeah.
I'm willing to let my YouTube channel go, and I hate to admit that, but
no, I get that. I don't censor myself. Like, what were you censoring yourself about? Like the COVID, or what? Say the vaccine or shit like that.
Yeah, so I'm talking a lot more about the vaccine, talking a lot more about face masks. These are the kind of things that people need to stand up against. And if you're going to get censored over it, screw YouTube. I don't care about YouTube. I think that, it sucks that I have a lot of my family, on my channel, like you and other people. I'm afraid that if I let my channel go, I'll pretty much lose connection with you guys. That's why I always offer to, offer my email address, which is charlieforbes81@gmail.com. I have a BitChute account. I have a library account. You can always look for 4DZ Truth on there. Anyways, how you been, man?
Well, I've been hibernating. I'm trying to hibernate. I don't have a job. I'm not. I don't feel inspired at all to do anything like my hobbies or anything.
Are you feeling discouraged?
Some days I spend just napping through the day. 5 hours of napping through the day, and I just don't feel like doing anything. And on top of that, we have this night curfew now. There's going to be this night curfew.
Yeah. So you're in the Netherlands, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So I have a couple people I talk to over there. Dude, that's stupid. I don't understand how COVID isn't more, or it's more active at night apparently.
Oh, these psychopaths. They'd love to come up with another rule. It's clear by now that these people really lost their mind along the way in the process. They really lost it completely.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that they were kind of opposed to the vaccine, but now I'm starting to talk to people like at work and stuff. They're like, maybe I will get the vaccine. I'm just thinking
about it now. Do it.
And it's like, really? You go from not being interested in the vaccine at all to now you're open-minded because other people are doing it. It's like the whole freaking sheep herd mentality. People just want to do what other people are doing, and it's like
same with the mask. These people that said, "No, I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm not going to take a vax." I say, "Oh, yes, you will." I say, "I love your intention, but I say, I know you. You're going to wear the mask." And now that it became mandatory, yeah, she's wearing the mask. I said, "Why? Well, I don't want to get in trouble." But I told you. And you told me that you were not going to wear the mask, and I told you that you were going to wear the mask. So,
yeah, it's weird. Like I started talking to this lady that at work, and she was, she's kind of nice at face value, but at the same time, she just doesn't ever really like small talking. She just, it's whatever. Anyways, I for some reason, the topic came up of me getting COVID. And now I know a lot of people out there are like COVID doesn't exist and whatever. Honestly, I got sick and they gave me a positive test and whatever. So so the point is, I got a flu basically, and I don't understand why they shut the whole world down over it. Now, now as far as this woman, she's like. I asked her, "Do you feel like the herd immunity thing is a real thing? Like, do you feel like someone that actually got the sickness builds up antibodies?" And she's like, "Well, I would really appreciate it if you kept your face mask on." And I'm like, well, so, anyways, and it actually turned into this political discussion. And as you know, freaking over in the U.S., things are just unraveling. This place is freaking going to shit. But
it's not only the U.S., Charlie. It's everywhere. It's in every country at a different pace, but it's all going in the same shit direction.
Yeah. Have you followed anything about like our election or anything?
Well, no, I didn't follow it. Some of it.
So I'll just
siphoned through the media, through the YouTube, but yeah,
a lot of YouTube censors everything, so you're not going to get the straight story. And then the other thing is, we had a raid on the Capitol, right? So apparently a bunch of a bunch of Donald Trump supporters went in and freaking raided the Capitol. And the way that they spin it is make it sound like all Trump supporters and all conservative thinking is now taboo. So if you oppose the mainstream, you're taboo, and we're going to censor you. And eventually what it's going to come to is they're going to call you a terrorist. If you don't freaking conform to our way of thinking, you're a terrorist. And guess what they do to terrorists? They put them to death. I think that ultimately they're going to want to freaking start, weeding out the people that are opposing the system. And guess what?
Everybody's on the list. I mean, I've been on the list for years. And I was never an active recruiter or an informer. I was on the list just by knowing.
Yeah. I know. It's so freaking dumb that, people don't realize that they are Nazis. Like, they're contributing to the Nazi cause, more or less. I mean, and it kind of makes me think about history. Like the way I see history written, sometimes people will, say, for instance, there's the left and the right, like as far as Republican and Democrat here. And you have two different ideologies, and they completely oppose each other. And the thing is, people don't realize that history is written by the victor, or the one who won the battle, so to speak. And so I'm going to tell you right now, the people in power over here now are going to make it seem like there was a rising up of radical, terrorists that tried to take over the country, and they basically saved our country or something. They're going to make it sound like, they're going to twist it and make it sound the way they want it to sound, I guess. And, it just makes me think about the history that they wrote down in the past. It's like, what are we really believing about history? And, so anyways, but so you're over in,
it's hard to believe like anything that goes much further back than, let's say, 150 years. Some of these things are pretty reliable, but then again, some of things, even in that short of a time, are pretty screwed up. Like Newton was a real genius, but he's not famous for his genius work. He's famous for this one stupid thing, his idea that he had.
Gravity, the formula of gravity, or something like that.
You were just playing with the idea, and he had this this idea that, well, if it's a globe, then it must be like this, right? That's what his idea was. But he did much better things. I mean, he even talked about the Mandela effect in his time.
Yeah.
He was pointing out the discrepancy in histories and the things that couldn't be right because of the data that were there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the man was an actual genius, and he's world famous for an idea that he had that wasn't right. That's how fucked up our history is.
I agree that Newton actually had a lot of knowledge about like alchemy and things like that. But, a lot of people don't realize that kind of stuff that he was involved in.
About alchemy,
that's another thing.
Language in the Bible. Yeah, man, he put it all together, and mathematics and science.
Yeah, so that's kind of the nature of the show that I do, Contemplating the Cosmos, is really just trying to hone in on what people are presenting and contrast reality. Because, you might be approaching reality from a different point than I am. And if we bring our thoughts together, we can kind of, I look at it like the iron sharpens iron thing. We build each other up and try to teach each other. And, unfortunately, the nature of social media now is they don't want to open up, debate. They don't want to open up discussion because you have to have one ideology, and that's the socialist / communist ideology,
Yeah.
because that's what's taken over. And I don't know,
Well,
man.
I think they're taking over because they're doubling down on their on their agenda and their time, and I think they're doubling down so hard that there will be so much resistance, and I think that's actually one of the reactions that they are counting on.
Yeah.
They need a rebellion to create order, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. What better to divide people? I mean, if you can divide people enough to make them start a war against each other, what better to distract from the shenanigans that's happening in the shadow government? You know,
Yeah.
if they're trying to implement something, they want to distract away from what they're doing. So you'll focus on war, or you'll focus on whatever, your hatred for the other person that you know has a different ideology. And
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. I just think that, like, right now, if you haven't heard, you know, the president of our country now, who just got sworn in to office. Now, again, I don't really care that much about politics, but I care about the way that the direction of the world is going. And
Oh man. Yeah.
what they've done is they've put somebody in the power that was the president's select. They selected him because they cheated the system, and they basically. Now, granted, I'm not saying that I'm a huge Trump supporter, but I actually feel like really that they just brought out in the open how crooked the system is, and nobody's doing anything about it.
No.
Nobody's rising up. And I mean, granted, there was people that rose up at the
At
Capitol.
this point is it's useless to keep talking about it and to keep and to take these people serious. You know, it's time for action. It's as simple as that. It's you can't keep on writing letters to your council or to the state or to the government.
Yeah, I mean, writing letters.
No, it's going to be over once.
Yeah, I mean, tech is cheap anymore. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, see, the thing is, these people that went into the Capitol building over here, they call them terrorists now. And the thing is, I don't think anybody was trying to hurt anybody. But they wanted to make a statement.
There was a total hoax. There was a total hoax.
Yeah.
I really don't fall for that shit. I really don't fall for that shit. And especially in America, a gun country with so many gun enthusiasts, especially among the Trump supporters, you should know. I mean, not that everybody that wears a gun or shoots a gun knows what the impact on the body is like, but that's not how a bullet impacts the body. You know, in the neck, and then you drop backwards. No, dude, it was so fake. She wore nothing in her backpack. The lady that fell down, she wore just a cushion in her backpack. That was so obvious. Just look at the footage. Look at the footage. She's been training to fall that way for 2 days. I bet you. I bet you. She fell perfectly. Just let any teacher or anybody that knows like physiology of the human body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let them look at how the person fell. Like perfect. You can't hurt yourself that way, especially with a cushion on your back.
Yeah, I don't really know, but I was watching Jeranism. You know Jeranism?
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to what he did on his live stream the last couple nights, and basically he was interviewing the guy that took the footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually, Jaden X, is that what he said? Yeah, he basically was telling the story about what he saw, and he said that it was real. And now, again, I don't really know. Like Jaden X, all of his social media was taken down, except for YouTube, I think. I don't know. There is something fishy about it. Like, I don't really I don't
No,
even know
there's
what to believe.
everything is fishy about it. I don't believe it for one inch. Not 1 inch. No. No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm going to acknowledge a couple people in the chat real quick.
Yeah.
By the way, I haven't really been reading the chat because I'm driving, by the way. So I don't want anyone to think I'm ignoring it. I just, Jesse was saying, did you guys see the crying, rubbing, and eyes? Yeah, I think I did see that one. Yeah, there was some freaking actors there. I swear there was actors. The freaking, what do you call them? Trauma actors or whatever. Anyways, and then drink water. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, but the censorship thing is really on the top of my mind lately because all I want to do is like trick the algorithm lately, and it's like, you know what? I don't want to. I already feel like I'm being shadow banned, so only a few people. Like I have 3,700 subscribers, and I only have like 5 people in the chat right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to say that, maybe I don't have a lot of people in Europe that are following me. I don't know, but it seems like everybody in the U.S. is probably at work today, or right now, I should say. So maybe that's why it's slow. I don't know. And again, I didn't even schedule this. I just kind of randomly jumped in here. So I don't know. There's a lot of ways to look at it. I tried not to speculate anymore because there's a lot of things that you could, I consider all the options, and I see where the patterns are sometimes, and again, it does seem very fishy what happened in the Capitol. And the fact that freaking, I actually just posted a video, and I don't even know if it has finished publishing it yet, but it's basically showing that our president has a lot of video footage where he can't like talk straight, like he slurs his words and stuff, and he seems like he's going senile or something.
He did well on the inauguration, though. He didn't slip up once there, did he?
Oh, I actually didn't even watch it, to be honest.
Oh.
All I heard is that it was like a ritual where they dressed up like freaking, Hunger Games. You know the movie Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Apparently they like dressed up in outfits like that, and Lady Gaga freaking had her little brooch or whatever that looked like a mockingjay. Anyways, but if you never seen the movie,
No.
it basically is talking about how society is going to become. Basically,
I know the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to create regions, and everybody's going to be. So it's not going to be really countries anymore. It's just going to be little hubs or little regions where they oversee everybody. And dude, honestly, I think that's what they want to do. I think that they've already created the infrastructure. Yeah. And everything is set up in a way where people are given the ability to consent. So it's all about people consenting to what they're doing. So I don't know what it is, but whenever they do these rituals and then they, have, like this Hunger Games ritual, people are going to embrace it and say, oh, well, that was cool. Yeah, let's support our president or whatever. They're consenting to all the stuff that they're planning. Yeah. And that's just, I don't know. I think everything is about consent. And I don't think we're supposed, if people realize that we have the ability to resist and say no, I think that the world would be going a different direction.
I think people stop realizing that. People stop thinking altogether. So,
Absolutely.
There's no more reasoning inside. People even feel offended if you tickle them to start with like an original thought, right? Or an original question. They are offended by an original question that makes them think. Not even controversial or anything. Just something that they're not used to. If you ask them to think
Oh yeah.
about it, they're like, "No, what should I think about that?" Like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought we were having a conversation. I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
it's getting
I can't believe
impossible.
it's funny that you say that. And any of the listeners, if you're not aware, Voynich is in the Netherlands. It's funny because you're saying the same exact thing that I experience here.
Yeah.
They're all the same. Doesn't matter where you go.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few people that will stand out like you and me that are, willing to think outside the box. And you shouldn't be offended by somebody's thought. I mean, who cares? People have their own thoughts. You know, if you think they're wrong, I mean, it's okay to have a dialogue and, hash things out. Anyways.
Things can be offensive. I mean, there's people out there who just want to offend people. That just want to be offensive, and
Yeah.
then it's becoming a bit of a problem, and it might become a bit of a problem. But altogether, when somebody calls you like a fat pig or a bullshit or I don't know, a fuck face or whatever, yeah, come on, it happens.
What'd you call me?
Fuck face.
Oh my gosh. Hey, watch your mouth. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah.
We're in America. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to self-censor. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. A lot of people. So, and again, I grew up in church and stuff, and they say you can't cuss or whatever. I started realizing that over time, the ones that are willing to say cuss words are the ones that are willing to think outside of the box. So I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
I actually, I appreciate you, man. I freaking missed talking to you after the last couple months. I haven't really seen much of you, but
yeah, I had a strike for 3 months, so I'm back since what's that? 1 month, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I got a strike too, not long ago. And guess what? My strike, you know what it was about? It wasn't about COVID. It was about
impersonating.
No, well, they called it cyberbullying. And you know what the cyberbullying was? It was I reposted a documentary that was talking about pedophilia in Hollywood, and it's almost like they gave me a strike because it was exposing, the pedophilia in Hollywood. It's like, really?
Don't you pick on pedophiles? They're people too. Don't pick on pedophiles.
Yeah, so I'm sorry for cyberbullying you. I'm sorry that I don't accept you for, having sex with a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I'm telling you, it's a slippery slope.
No, but that's why we know, and that's how we know that that's going to be over soon. This party on YouTube, and we all see it coming. Like, and the next thing is just people with boots at your door. I mean, which I think is coming this year, dude. I mean, I'm laughing about it, but it's fucking scary. It is scary.
It is a little scary, and honestly, it kind of reminds me. I've been talking a lot. Let me just tell you a quick story. I know a guy at work. Like, you don't even ask him how he's doing because all he ever does is say, my life sucks. He just goes off. And it's like, dude, let's just avoid this guy because, you already know that he's freaking depressed and, he hates his life or whatever. But he kind of reminds you of one of those guys that you wouldn't be surprised if he turned out like one of those guys that brings a gun to work and just starts blowing people away. But anyways, I started talking to him actually because I feel drawn to people that feel like negative about things. And I want to just talk to them and pick their brain and find out why they feel negative about everything. And I was like, so, I mean, what's going on, man? Why do you always feel like you need to say you're not doing good? And he's like, well, if you go back to the beginning when I had a shitty childhood and my parents never really paid attention to me. And then he's like, and then when I went into the military, they made me take the basic training twice.
Oh.
And anyways, he starts going off. I'm like, dude, I once heard a story where this woman freaking went to Kenya in Africa, and she went into the bush where, everybody was just like living off the land or whatever. And she basically said that somebody gave her a used ladle, like, the spoon that you put in the soup where you can scoop out soup. It's just a ladle, right? Well, anyways, it was just like a basic utensil that people use for food serving.
Yeah.
And this lady, like, she gave it to her as a gift, and she freaked out like, that is the best gift I've ever had. It's going to make serving up food so much easier. And it's the ideology. It's like how you approach your world. If you come at it negative, you're going to freaking feel negative about everything. If you come at it positive, that lady, she got a ladle and it made her day. It made her life. It made her happy. And it made me feel like, okay, our world is crumbling around us, and we can really look at it in a way that's like, man, my life is going to be coming to an end soon, or whatever. I mean,
Dude, that's also why I'm just happily hibernating. Like, well, I lost all my friends and my family like 4 years ago already. So I'm just here like, I'm pretty used to being alone and not touching anybody and not being able to reach anybody. And actually, I don't even hate anybody because it's so long ago. I don't even think about them anymore. Well, not that I hate them or hate them, but, we're just done with it, finished.
Yeah.
And so now here I am just hibernating and thinking, well, it's coming to an end soon. Better enjoy your central heating and that you're inside, because I don't know what's going to be like in 6 months,
Yeah.
I'm stacking up on beans and rice, but I don't even know if I can take it with me,
Yeah.
I don't even know where to go.
I don't know what town. Are you in a big city or anything? Or are you out in?
No, small town, mid-sized town.
Okay.
Like 30,000 people, I think.
Yeah, I live in an area that probably has like, I don't know, 500 to 700,000 people, but that's like the only place that has like a large concentration of people. So, but if I go out of town, probably 20 miles, it'll be nothing but mountains and hills and just farmland. I mean, there's not a lot going on.
It's not like that in Holland. It's just actually one big suburb. It's just one big suburbs and parks, and I really have to travel like before I see mountains. I really have to travel hundreds of miles. But I to get into like the backlands to the farmers, so to say.
Yeah,
I would have to travel like at least 100 miles, to get away.
Yeah, I've been talking to people like, close to me, family members and stuff. I'm like, should we like set up a rally point so that we can go meet each other when the shit hits the fan? And I consider that, and I'm actually looking for land. I'm looking for land up north from here. I think that if I went up like 100 miles north of here, I could literally sell my house and get 350 acres of land up in the mountains.
Yeah.
For what I have in equity in my house. So, in other words,
maybe that's a bit much.
What's that?
Maybe that's a bit much, 350 acres.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I kind of wonder, like, what if I had to live on the land or something? Or live off of the land, I should say. Like, what if like a bunch of deer and freaking elk like walk through the area? And then, and again, that's high up in the mountains. It's gonna be cold as heck and freaking a lot of snow. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be easy to survive up there, but those are the kind of things I think about. I honestly feel like they're gonna put so many restrictions on us. We're not gonna be able to leave our house. We're not going to be able to buy groceries because we're not accepting that vaccine chip or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I think although that might come, I still have some people that I can count on, one or two, but they'll be gone soon, because they're elderly. So
So
after
you don't
that,
have any family out there? Or?
yeah, I do, but I stopped seeing them.
Do they think you're too radical? Have you started your crazy ideologies, and they're just like, I don't know about this guy. I
No,
can't
I
associate with
saw
him any.
some things, but I saw some things about the construction of my life, like in a deeper way, and what function these people had in my previous lives, and why I met them here.
Mm-hmm.
I was so appalled by it, and once I saw that, and I started questioning, and I was like, yeah, they really are a nuisance to me. I mean, they think they mean well, but
Yeah,
even if they are my brother or my sister, I really don't want to see them anymore. I really don't.
yeah. I
They
if you
they
don't,
they betrayed, they betrayed me in such a way that I was like, no, no,
that's sad,
no.
man. I'm
That's
sorry.
that's unforgivable. That's unforgivable.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you. I mean, it's nice to have family that you can be close with
Yeah.
your whole life. I mean, my siblings I'm pretty close to. My two brothers and my sister. Now there was a time when my oldest brother and I almost were like button heads, and uh, it's mainly because my wife was button heads with my brother, and it's like I got to take sides with my wife or whatever, and it's like, but
Yeah.
anyways, but yeah, so like now my brother and I are talking about potentially buying land together up in the mountains, and I don't know. I mean, is that really the best thing to do? Who knows? I mean, sometimes I think we just need to face it. Oh my gosh, my sister's on here. Hi, sister. She calls herself V Wolf.
I see.
So, anyways, but yeah, I was just wanting to check in for a little bit, and I'm happy that you stopped in, man. Um,
Yeah. Cool
you
to ride
know,
along.
yeah, just the main reason I popped in is on tomorrow, and it's probably going to be late where you're at. I'm going to be 8 p.m. Mountain Time, which is probably like I don't know.
3 in the morning. 3 in the
Yeah,
morning.
it's gonna be freaking late there. So I don't blame you if you catch it, in the morning or whatever. But I'm gonna be meeting this guy that uh, his channel is called Meteor Man, and he actually eats rotten meat, and he eats it's kind of like fermented, but a lot
Yeah.
of it is like has maggots in it, and so, dude, it's freaking nasty as hell. But the thing is, he never got sick from eating any of the stuff. So I'm wondering if there's something to what he's saying. So I'm going to interview him and I'm going to talk to him about it. He's
Dude, that
probably going to.
sounds so nasty, dude.
He's actually he's probably going to eat. He's probably going to find like a dead animal on the road, and he's probably going to eat it on the live stream.
No.
And one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it is because I'm into survival, and I'm trying to figure out how people can live off the land without. Because I'm afraid that the currency or the dollar is going to crash, and people aren't going to have a choice but to eat dead animals on the road. So that's kind of where I'm going with this.
Pretty
And
extreme, dude. It's pretty extreme. I think I'm gonna check if I can see that show. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't stay up till 3 in the morning unless you want to, but
Oh, sometimes I do. So
no, man. I have about 5 minutes to head into my job, but I'm stoked that you came on, and for anybody in the chat, I'm sorry I ignored your chat, but anyways, um,
Okay, I'm chiming out. Are you?
what's that?
Did you arrive at your destination yet?
What's that?
Did you arrive on your destination yet?
Yeah, I'm just sitting in the parking lot. So
Good.
I'm
I'm
heading
I'm gonna
in.
chime out. I will see you on the next one.
All right, man. Hey,
Ciao.
peace, my brother. Have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah, see you, everybody else in the chat. Thank you for stopping in, and yeah. Come to my live stream tomorrow night. I believe it's probably about 28 hours from now. I'm not sure, but it's going to be 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Be looking for that live stream. We'll talk to you guys later. All right.